what's going on. Can do some quick updates, so in theory should not be a long video. Got the normal fig twigs that I had bought. Probably could stand to be transplanted, just been lazy. The 5 sweet potato plants that were doing well, a couple of them decided they just wanted to just fall apart. One of them is doing really well. You can see a little straggler coming out here, and the other one is there. Some of the potatoes that I've got here near the sunlight, they're starting to sprout or chit, however you want to word it. That's a terrible reflection. So I got all the transplanting done that I planned to last week and go over some of those. I'm not really going to go down. This part of the world is basically hot and the cucumbers and the beans are doing terrible, including those beans down there. The blackberries are doing pretty well. I did not trim some of the dead leaves and things, but you can see that it's still alive and doing its thing. And we've got some blossoms coming, and we've got some berries trying to do their thing. But trying to regain my patio, so that is a project for the next couple of weeks. I was able to transplant both of the lemon and the lime trees, even though it looks like it's the same bucket, it's not. So these are new barrels that were cut in half and put a drain hole on both sides. So basically what I gained, and here's the buckets that they ran before, is you had 2 pieces of 4-inch drain pipe covered in the landscape fabric, so I gained that much dirt inside the buckets for more soil and more root development. So even though these are dwarf trees, they could stand to be in the ground or in a bigger bucket, but that's just the state of things and I'm not changing it. Got the mulberry trimmed up on the bottom and transplanted out of the 5-gallon bucket, so we'll see how that does in the next coming weeks. And got the blueberry transplanted, however this silly bucket has a bunch of holes in the bottom because I did the potatoes and I need to transplant it in a new tote. Walmart's out of totes, so yeah, that's an issue, but anyways, figured I'd give it a week or 2 before I retransplanted it anyways, but I want to get it into a tote similar to the raspberries back here, and the plan is to get a couple more of these size totes and put the blackberries right over here under the shade of these silly trees back here. The biggest positive growth has been the sweet potato plant. Didn't really show it much last week, but it's starting to hit its stride. It can handle the heat. Apparently sweet potatoes love the heat, and that's what we have here in Northern California. So that's just one plant and it's just going bananas, so I'm not sure what to do. Pretty much just gonna let it grow, but you know, it's gonna do its thing. The rare crimson transplants, this one towards the back is doing much better than the other 2. They're a little crispy from the sun. They're buried really deep as well. So we'll see if these other 2 survive. And the main plant, you'd think I didn't water it, but the soil is wet. It gets watered every day. It's just not doing all that well. So it has some blossoms on there, but it's just a sad looking tomato plant. So we'll see what happens. The other cool thing, and has nothing really to do with transplanting because they were already growing, but I got the fig transplanted out of the 5-gallon bucket, so I have some room to grow. But look at what's hiding under here. That one's ready to pick. I noticed it yesterday and I said, well, let me film tomorrow and then I will pick it and see what it tastes like, because I've never eaten a fresh fig before. So there's 2 figs there, there's 2 on top, and I think there's 2 more down here. So that's the other cool thing that's going on. Everything else is kind of status quo. All the apples fell off, so that's my sad apple tree, although it had lots of baby apples and blossomed for the first time. Nothing lasted, so it could be eaten. So the other thing, along with transplanting the lemon and the lime, I don't think they were getting the right water that they needed because of the self-wicking tub like this apple tree has. That one's been doing fine. These did not, but you can see that the leaves are all healthier. They're not all turning the other direction. And there's a few lemons on this one, but after that June drop thing, I mean, I lost everything that was on there. So, I mean, there's one there, a couple down there, and some new buds. I mean, they'll pretty much blossom year round. But this is the lime tree, and these are all the first ones for this one. So it's got 5 or 6 on here. Same with this lime. I mean, some of these I could actually pick them now if I needed to. And then the last transplant, and then we'll end this video, is a ginger. It's only been out here a week, so it's doing okay considering the heat, and hopefully it gets over its transplant shock and starts taking off here shortly. So other than that, that's really the status of the backyard jungle. The tomato plants, not liking the heat. They've kind of at the end of their run anyways, but that's all I got for this week. Thanks for watching.